what? This can't be. Like, my breast implants that I've had in for 13 years. I don't know if I would be here today.
I'm Nicole Bloom, if we haven't met, and we're here with Jessica Green.
Hi.
And she is going to share with us her story of her journey.
Yes.
Just one of many.
One of many, yeah.
Yes, we have a jack of all trades here.
Yeah. My name is Jessica Green, like Nicole said, and one of my journeys is a long one, but the one I want to share with you is the one that led me to my vegan, holistic lifestyle that I am now in with my family and my son and my fiance. So it started back about almost 2 years ago, was it? We're in 2019, yeah. So about 2 years ago, I started to feel very ill for whatever reason. I thought was just, the common cold, the flu, or maybe I'm just stressed out. You know, we tend to blame the way we feel on stress a lot, which stress is a huge contributing factor, but that wasn't the case. It started with what was a headache. You know, every single day I would wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep with just this headache that it was persistent, it wouldn't go away. And I started to, see doctors, obviously, because you get to the point where you're like, okay, time to see the doctor, as much as we want to avoid it. And so the doctors basically, had no answers for me. They, I was running around in circles. I saw any and every ologist under the sun, my primary gynecologist, endocrinologist, like hematologist, like everything. They drew bloods and tubes and tubes of blood, over 30, 40. They put me through all types of scans, my head, my body, like everything, thank God, was normal, But then again, I was just left with no answers.
And that would probably cause you to worry more.
Worry, stress, anxiety, panic attacks, like, you don't know what's wrong with you, and you're just wondering, like, you want to make yourself better, obviously. You don't want to live, especially when you have a toddler. He's now almost 4, but back then he was, younger, and it was just my work and the baby and this and that, and it was just like this headache. And well, it started with the headache, but it got progressively worse within like a month. I was like bedbound, basically.
And
like,
how long do you think till your fiance, soon husband, do you think he also took notice of this not being normal?
Yeah, no, he in the beginning, like we all thought it was a headache, whatever, it would go away, but already like a month into it, he was just like scared. He was like, this is not normal, this is not like you. I mean, I'm full of energy always, I'm very like upbeat, and I was just like not myself. I was like, didn't want to get up from bed, didn't want to be a mother, didn't want to be an employee. I didn't want to do anything. I was just like, my whole life was consumed. And you think headache, but you don't think it affects you until you have it every single day of your life. So basically, with the headaches, it progressively got worse into, I started getting bruises all over my body. I was super fatigued all the time. I couldn't get up from bed. I was getting muscle twitches everywhere, like constantly all day. My eyes were bloodshot red. A lot of anxiety. I suffered from something called POTS. It was low blood pressure and high pulse. So my heart was always racing, but I had low blood pressure, so I felt like I was gonna pass out all the time. Couldn't drive because I was super high anxious and panic attacks. I would have to stop the car, put the AC full blast. Like it was just unbearable. Almost like feeling like of a Lyme disease case or something like that. And so again, going around in circles with the doctors, no answers. So I finally decided to take it upon myself to just do my own research, be my own doctor. I let go of all the doctors and the depression medication. They were trying to tell me I was depressed or that it was all in my head. Well, obviously I am depressed because nobody can figure out what was wrong with me. So I started doing my little Google research, and it led me One day I said, you know what, this is getting too much for me. The Google research was leading me all to like crazy cancers and mysterious things that are very rare, 1 in a million. So I was getting really, really stressed out about that. So I said, let me just go on Facebook to distract my mind, look at old pictures, make myself happy. And in that, when I opened my Facebook page, the first thing that came up on my page as a sponsored ad was breast implant illness by Nicole. And wow, that when I saw that, I didn't connect the pieces immediately. I just kind of, to be nosy, clicked on it. They had to approve me into the page. Once I got into that page, at that time there were about 10,000 women on there. It was just like reading my own story, like reading all my symptoms. I was like, what? This can't be. Like, my breast implants that I've had in for 13 years that are not even silicone, that are saline, that are supposed to be safe? No way. I didn't think that was possible. Like, really? My implants? Why now? 13 years later, this is something that's supposed to be safe. Like, doctors, the surgeons don't tell you anything about it being a hazard to your health when they put them in.
And after so much time,
and after so much time, I'm like, so I was in denial. I was like, this can't be. I mean, and I felt really bad that the other women were going through it, the ones on the page. But I was like, this can't be my case. No, there has to be another answer for me, because in the beginning, that's what you do. You're in denial because it's like, I don't want to say vanity, but almost, right? Because you don't want to picture yourself without your implants, but at some point it's like, okay,
something like that happened to you that your body has already accepted and you never thought you'd have to worry about.
And that's the thing, you think your body has accepted it, but in reality, from the very beginning of time, my body was rejecting it, and I just didn't know.
We don't see it, so we don't think about it.
Yes. So moral of the story is, I went on this page with these women. I started to interact with them. I started to ask the questions and engage myself, and you know, it was just all leading to that one direction, you know, explant, take them out. The only real way you could figure out if it's your implants making you sick is if you take them out. There's no blood work that you can do to say you have this illness. There's nothing really. You gotta just take the leap of faith, right? And at this point, I was desperate. I had gone to every doctor. I had done everything under the sun. I wasn't getting better. I was getting worse, and I felt honestly like I was gonna die. Like,
I remember, I actually remember seeing you that Christmas.
Yeah.
When you told me about it, and it scared me.
Yeah.
It was like the way that you were walking, the way that you were talking, your skin color, everything. It was like, I got very worried.
It was bad. Everything was bad. Yeah, my skin was super dry and flaky, and bruises everywhere. My eyes were red. I remember pictures at your house, and my eyes were like bloodshot red. I'm like, like crazy.
It was hard for you to even like carry a conversation. It would like exhaust you.
Yeah, I would lose myself in conversation. My memory was like terrible. Like I was even dyslexic. I was like saying things backward, even writing backwards. It was on a neurological level. It was so bizarre. I've never seen something like that in my life. Yeah. But so scary. You know, it was very scary. So whenever I found this page, I was like, what the? I was like, no, this is crazy. So I'm like, okay,
let me looked into it.
Yeah. No, if not, I don't know if I would be here today. I don't know. I was to the point where I was literally, I was already like praying to God and saying, you know, if this is gonna be the end of me, then you know, just make sure my son is taken care of, and like, because it was that bad.
What was the surgery like?
So the surgery was a little bit different than I expected. When they went in, I thought it was going to be a quick procedure, you know, 1 hour more or less, in and out. But when he went in, my capsules to my implants were stuck to my rib cage completely. So he had to cauterize, meaning he had to burn off the capsules from my rib cage. So I was in surgery almost 5 hours, had a lot of trauma to the area. So my left boob healed a little different than my right boob. It healed kind of indented, concave in, because of all the trauma and all the work he had to do to remove the capsule from the rib. But I told him that I wanted the full capsule out, and whatever he had to do to get that capsule out, he had to do. It wasn't his fault. I just wanted it that way, because when you take out your implants, you have to remove the capsule completely. If you do not remove the capsule, the toxins will stay in and you will not get better.
Will doctors leave it?
Yes. Doctors leave it. That's why you have to go to a surgeon that has experience with this, with total capsulectomy or en bloc procedure. So if you just go remove your implants with any doctor, they don't know any better, they'll just open you up, take out the implants, leave the capsules behind, and you're never gonna get better because you still have the capsule in there, which is where all the toxins are held. So, and then the doctors, they don't really consider this, right? Because this is a money-making industry. You have to keep in mind, people don't want to take out implants. The doctors don't want to take them out. They want to put them in. They want to replace them. They want to keep making money off of this. They're really not too concerned about if you're sick or if you're dying or if you can't get up from bed. They don't believe that your implants are making you sick. So whenever you go and you tell a doctor that you believe your implants are making you sick, they're going to laugh at you. They're going to make you feel this little. But guess what? All those doctors that laughed at me and made me feel this little, now I feel this big because I listened to myself, I took them out the right way, and I'm healed.
Amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
So exciting. I love it.
And you're proud of yourself, right?
I am, yes. I'm proud of myself because I listen to myself. Like, so many women get so, you hear this person say this and this person say that, and oh my God, I don't know which way to do, which route to take, who to listen to. But guess what? The person you need to be listening to here is you, yourself, your body especially, and your heart and your mind. That's it. Nobody else. And I thank God every day that I listen to myself, because till this day, people still question me as to why I took out my implants. When I tell them my story, some people are like, really? You really think that's what was making you sick? I'm like, no, I don't think. I know. Because before I took them out, I was getting worse. And when I took them out, I got better.
And how do you think that it came out? Did you have any scarring, or what can you share with us?
So the fear that everybody has, I feel, with this journey is removing them, what you're gonna look like after, the scarring. So I did have drains for 2 weeks after I took out my implants. The doctor put drains, and that was for like all the excess fluid and all the blood and all that. That was a little uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. Once that was removed, like I said, my left healed a little different than my right, but the scars were very minimal, which were underneath my breasts. I mean, I don't have any breasts. That's why I got breast implants to begin with. I was like a double A cup, and I went right back to my double A cup. So there was nothing there. But I do have the scars underneath, and then the scars from the actual drains, those have disappeared. But scars are manageable. You can put things on them, coconut oil, vitamin E, to minimize the scarring. The same thing I did with my C-section. But honestly, the scarring to me doesn't outweigh the benefits of taking them out. The one thing you should be concerned about is your health. And if you are suffering from any mystery illness that people don't have the answers to, or people are labeling you as, oh, multiple sclerosis, depression, Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, these are all big names that people put on you when they don't know what's going on with you. These are all autoimmune conditions. Autoimmune conditions, doctors have no idea why they happen. They just happen. And these are all underlying issues to breast implants. And this is what I learned through my research. There's so many women that don't think they're sick, but guess what? You are. And you just don't realize that you're blaming it on other things. But all you gotta do is look down here. It's like right in front of us, but we don't realize it, but it's right here.
And what advice could you give to young girls who are growing up and contemplating getting breast implants? What advice could we give to them to encourage them that they don't need it? Love yourself for who you are. Just learn that everything around you, everything that's going on right now in the world, all those girls on social media, all of that stuff you see, all of that competition that you think you have to be like them, that's not real. It's fake. It's photoshopped. It's plastic. It's surgery. It's Botox. It's fat transfer into the butt. It's the boobs. It's the lips. That's not real. After all that is gone, the girls are gonna look exactly like you look. Natural. Embrace your natural beauty. Go with your natural beauty. Love yourself for who you are internally, and forget about the world. If there's one thing I learned about social media, I detox from it. You have to balance yourself with everything. Oh, and it's starting to rain.